Alright guys, welcome back to another video, and I'm really excited for this video that I'm making here today. I'm really excited to have this in my hands as well, and this is called the Lumepad 2. Now, if you guys have been watching my channel in the past, you guys know that I've actually already had the original one, and I reviewed it on this channel, the original Lumepad 1, so I'm excited to, dive into the unboxing of this, show off the accessories that I got with this thing, and talk a little bit about what this device is and what it can do that makes me excited as somebody who loves 3D on this channel. You guys know I've done a lot of videos in 3D on this channel, and I'm excited to, do more of it on this unit here. Today we're just going to be talking about the unboxing and a little bit of an overview of this device, and then I will be doing a full-on review of this device as I use it for the next couple of weeks. And also, I'll be doing a really cool video that I think you guys are really going to like featuring the Lumepad, which is going to be my 3D journey. It's going to go through a history of, where I started with 3D with the Virtual Boy, showing all of my, collection and all that stuff that involves 3D all the way, to the 3DS, to my LG TV, all the way to the Lumepad 2 that we have here today, and kind of talk about, my journey with them, what I like about them, and what separates them as we go on. So that video I'm really excited to do as well, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that and follow and subscribe to the channel. But let's go ahead and get into the video.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech. Going for a brekkie is the gaming tech. Gaming techie is the gaming tech. Gaming techie.
Alright guys, so here we are with the Lumepad 2. As we're looking at here, we're going to take this out of the box here. Comes with a really nice box here, as you can see there in the beginning, and then over here in the back. So really simplistic design on the box, but it looks really good. Obviously advertising Dolby Atmos and Qualcomm and stuff like that. And then you can see all the design right there. 3D redefined by AI, which we'll definitely be talking about here in this video. So let's go ahead and unbox this and see what we get in the box, shall we? We have the tablet itself. This is a 12.4-inch screen. It's definitely bigger than the original one, the Lumepad 1, which was a 10-inch screen. So we got a 12.4-inch screen now. Much higher resolution, so it's a 2560 by 1600, which is fantastic. That we have, high resolution. It has a fingerprint thing here at the top. I've already gone through and set this up, so you guys can see it. Here is the tablet itself. Right here, this is a connector that lets it connect to the stand that we're going to show off in the accessory. It's got the speakers here. It's got two speakers on the left and two speakers on the right with the Dolby Atmos that it advertises. It does have an SD card slot right there that you can expand, so you can add an SD card in there to expand for storage. It comes with 128 gigabytes already. The microphone ports up there, the volume rocker up there, and the actual power on and off. And then, of course, on the back, you can see the nice little sleek gray, sleeve on the back here, and it's got the 3D cameras there on the back, 3D light field that it says there on the back, which is really cool. And obviously, I'm touching buttons by moving things around. And then it's got the front-facing cameras as well. So these cameras that it has on the back and the front are really cool because it's the first camera to actually be powered, to actually have 3D cameras, stereoscopic cameras, that you can actually take video and, take pictures as well. So you can open up the camera and just take a picture and it will actually show up in 3D. So if I take this picture right here, you can see there's the mapping that it's doing right there with the 3D depth. And if I take that picture right there, and then I go to my library and just open that picture up, boom, that thing is in 3D. And I know it's hard for you guys to tell, but there is actually, some 3D imagery here. This thing is popping out right here. And the fact that this thing is being all done with the camera and the AI of this thing is crazy. And that's the big thing about this tablet, guys. It's the first time that a 3D tablet is being put into consumer hands that's all powered by AI. It's really crazy, and we'll get into a little bit more of what the AI can do. But taking 2D pictures and then converting them into 3D like this and actually adding the 3D mapping and the 3D depth in here is just crazy. Looking at this image here that I just took on my tablet here really quickly, and it can do a 5K resolution in picture quality when it comes to the 3D imagery, which is really cool, and up to 1080p 30 FPS when you take video that you can also see in 3D on this tablet that you can do right from that camera as well, which is really cool. And these cameras in front, so you can do that with the front and the back cameras, but the cameras in front are really cool because that's what makes this thing stand out from the original version as well, is when you're looking at these images and stuff like that, like we were doing before, this thing actually keeps track of your head. So We'll talk a little bit about that when we get into games, but when I move my imagery around, it's actually keeping track of my head and my face, so it actually knows where to show me the 3D image and makes the image that much better. So there's not a lot of, the original one had a lot of flickering. If you got added like the sweet spot or whatever, it would flicker the image because it lost the tracking of what it was watching. With this one having the two cameras in front, it is now rock solid when you're looking at it, and head on with the actual thing, and you can actually manipulate it and look around the image because those cameras are actually keeping track of you, which is a big benefit and a much big improvement considering compared to the Lumepad 1, which is really cool. I love the sleek design. It's relatively thin, especially for all the technology packed in here. The fact that we have a 3D display packed in here this thin is really crazy. But let's go ahead and continue on before we get back into the tablet. Just what else is in this box here and some of the accessories. We have this little box right here. Let's go ahead and see what's in here. So actually, there's nothing in here. It's just the packaging here that kind of goes in here. So we'll put that to the side. And then in this box here, we have the little USB cable, USB-C to USB-C. That is how this thing charges here. So we got the USB-C to USB-C cable. It does not come with a brick. You're going to have one of your own, like a lot of manufacturers do. And then, of course, the actual instruction manual is here. We'll put that to the side for the time being. I will put that here back in the box just to get this out of the way. And again, this box here coming empty with just the packaging material. So we will put that to the side as well over there. So moving that to the side there, we got the accessories as well. So I got the case here that I just took out of the packaging. It was just in plastic material, but this is the actual case here. Really, really nicely made. Nice premium feel. We're going to put this on here for the first time. I have not put this on. And we can see that the camera insert should be on the top there. So let's flip this around just like that. Then it grabs there by magnets, and boom. You can see that now you have a case on this for protection. Really, really nice. And you can see the camera out, like that's out right there. And what's really nice about this as well is you can actually use it to, pop up the unit as well. So you could do something like this. Put it on the back there, and boom. You got a tablet now kind of popping up. So you can use the case to kind of take it around and use it as a stand, just like you see there, with the way that thing is set up there on the back, so you can use that as well, which is really nice. Obviously, you could just flip it on the back if you're using it in handheld mode. That way it's still on there. And then obviously put it back when you're ready, and then cover up the screen, keep it protected. And then when you're ready, you just take it out and you're ready to go and use the tablet. And it has, it attaches pretty well. Like I said, the material is nice and soft. I really like the material touch on there, and it works pretty well on here. We're actually going to use this for the rest of the video, just so I can prop it up, which is really nice. So we're going to put that back into the formation that it was in before, and we got that going right there. So the other accessory that I wanted to talk about here is a Lume stand. I got this as well, and this is the stand right here. This is really cool because it uses the connectors on the bottom of the tablet. You can kind of dock it right here, and then it charges. So it's just a place to basically store your Lumepad and keep it fully charged at all times, so it's always ready to go at a moment's notice, which is really nice. And this is really hefty and weighty. This is definitely not a cheap, built product or anything like that. This has some really, really hefty weight to it, so it doesn't fall. So you can kind of just prop the tablet up and put it on there. So those are the two accessories I got with my tablet here. And now let's go ahead and just look at the tablet a little bit more. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a full review on this as time goes on, but I did at least want to show you a little bit over an overview on the tablet. So here again is a 12.4 inch screen. The resolution is obviously much higher than the original version. And at first glance, obviously, it literally just is an Android tablet. It's a really powerful Android tablet that has all the latest specs that you would expect out of a tablet in this price range. But what really sets it apart is all of these Leia apps that are on here. And now I'm going to go fully in depth into these things when I do my full review, but I at least want to show you guys a little bit of what you guys can expect out of a tablet like this. I'm not going to go fully in depth on here, but so I just want to give you an overview of the apps. Obviously, the Leia Cam I talked about before. This is how you take your 3D pictures and camera. With the camera and stuff like that, so you can take your videos and pictures. You got Leia Pics, which actually lets you see 3D images, and even watching it on here, you can see these images are already in 3D, and it looks fantastic. And then, of course, you can see all the images and comment on people, all the images, and share your own images that you've taken and stuff like that, which is really cool. You have Leia Chat, which is the first time, hey guys, it is the first time that you actually have 3D video calls shipped on a consumer device ready to go. really, really cool. I got a chance to try this, and I'll be talking more about this in my full review, where I got to chat with one of the Leia, guys out there and be able to, experience 3D chat, and I have a lot to say about that. And then there's Leia Flix, where you can go in here and rent 3D movies and stuff like that. Obviously, you can also put your own 3D movies on here if you have the files and stuff, and put them on here so you can see here the movies and stuff. Like you can rent on here, or purchase whatever you want to do, or bring in your own. Like I said, there's Leia Tube, which is really, really cool. So this is what sets the 3D tablet apart that I'm going to be talking about more in depth. But essentially, anything that you watch anywhere, YouTube, Netflix, TikTok, all those videos that you want to do, you can basically just pull up the YouTube, video that you want to watch, and then basically open it up with the Leia Tube, and it does the conversion automatically with you within like 5 seconds. And any content that you watch in there can be converted with the AI-powered device that this thing has, and watch it in 3D. It's fantastic. Like I talked about before, the fact that this is the AI that's powering this thing is really what the star of the show is. Because obviously I love 3D, but there's not a ton of 3D content out there in general, because obviously 3D content has been staggering for a while. So the fact that you can watch any content out there and it actually does a really good job. This isn't fake 3D or 3D that isn't good or anything like that. It really is convincing. Like the 3D pictures that I took and the images that I've watched on here, or watching Netflix shows or YouTube content that really does look like it's in 3D, is really cool. Can't wait to get more into that in a future video. Then we got the Leia player as well, which you use that to play your own video files that I talked about before. You got Leia frames, so you can use that to kind of have like a frame where this kind of sits at a desk or something like that, and it scrolls through all the pictures in 3D, so people can kind of just come up to it and see a digital photo frame, which is really cool. Leia Dream is another one that's really cool. This is also really AI driven and stuff like that, which is really cool. And a lot of the things that I know a lot of people are excited about in here is it is one of the first devices that actually has stable diffusion integrated into it. And basically you can say any kind of prompt that you want, and any prompt that you write in here, it kind of uses the AI and creates that thing. For example, I did one where I asked for the Magic Kingdom castle in Disney World, and this is the image that it gave me, and it did it all with AI based. I asked for Mickey and Minnie to be sitting in front of the castle in Disney World, and here it is, Mickey and Minnie. Crazy picture and stuff like that, but it did it all through AI, and it is in 3D while I'm watching it right here. So you can basically use the AI, again, really powerful stuff in here, make any prompt that you want, and it literally generates that 3D image using the AI. So far, it's been fantastic to use. It's got the Leia viewer as well on here, so you can look at all these 3D objects in here in 3D space, which is really cool. And you can actually see the shoe right now is in 3D. I really wish I can show you guys this better than it is, but I'm literally manipulating the shoe and it's literally popping out of the screen. Really fantastic stuff. Better 3D than I ever thought it could be on a device like this, which is really cool. Then you got the App Store, where you can, of course, download more apps from the store. There's a bunch of games and a bunch of stuff that you can download, and a bunch of apps and stuff like that, which we'll get into in a future video as I keep exploring the App Store. And the only one I wanted to finish talking about here is the gaming on here. So besides the fact that you can watch 3D movies and 3D content, convert 2D videos and stuff like that into 3D, and watch native 3D content and stuff like that from Leia, is the 3D games that they're porting on here is fantastic, especially because things that were impossible before are now possible now, from the Lumepad 1 to the Lumepad 2, because of these two front-facing cameras that I talked about before. Because now it's actually watching, and I'm doing this behind a camera here, but now I can actually manipulate the screen, so I could actually see, not only am I playing a game in 3D that looks fantastic, but I could actually go, I want to see behind there, I could actually move the screen, and now I'm actually seeing behind there, so you can actually peek behind corridors and stuff like that, and it actually keeps the 3D in frame. And this game looks fantastic in 3D. It really shows the power of what 3D can do when someone takes it and takes the advantage of it. Obviously, this is a really simple game just to kind of showcase what a 3D dungeon and a 3D game could look like in 3D, but it's just really, really cool. The fact that I can manipulate it and kind of look around, like, hey, there's that light back there. What's actually behind there? And then you can kind of like, look and see what's going on back there. Really, really cool stuff with the 3D gaming that I've experienced so far on this tablet. But guys, that's a general overview of this device. Like I said, this is just a quick unboxing, a quick overview of what this device does. Again, 3D glasses, no 3D glasses required on a 3D display like this. The resolution is much better than what you would get out of the first Lumepad, which is really exciting. The cameras up here in front to be able to track your head movement and stuff like that really opens up the doors to apps like the games that I showed you before, and just better 3D viewing in movies and stuff like that. You know, a portable device that I can take anywhere, watch 3D. I mean, you guys know how much I love 3D on this channel. The fact that I can do this anywhere and bring this with me and have a 3D display anywhere I go and it look this good is outstanding. And I can't wait to, you know, continue diving into this device, explore all the different features that this thing has, and kind of do a full review for you guys. But hopefully this gives you a quick impressions on what this tablet can do and get you guys excited. Subscribe to the channel so you guys can see my full review when it goes live and all that kind of stuff, because I'm really excited to, you know, dive into this deeper with you guys and go through all these apps and kind of showcase more in detail what each one of them can do and what this device brings to the table. So let's go ahead and wrap up the video. All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that unboxing and overview of the Lumepad 2. Like I said, stay tuned. I will be doing a full-on review of this over the next coming weeks. In the next week or two, as I continue to put this thing through its paces and kind of showcase everything it can do in that full-on review. This device has me really, really excited. The fact that we have a device that exists like this that I can carry anywhere I want and have this good of 3D with no glasses or anything like that, where I can watch movies on the go, have 3D video calls, all of the different things that we talked about is just fantastic. And I can't believe it looks this good with no glasses required. You know, we are definitely in the era of 3D, hopefully making a major pushback into the ecosystem and seeing what they can do. So guys, if you guys have any questions about anything you guys have seen in today's video, as always, leave it down below. If not, thank you guys for watching. Till next time.